हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। सो कंप्यूटर अवेयरनेस कर रहे थे हम लोग और उसका एक टॉपिक है कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी। ठीक है। तो कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी हम लोग करते हैं 25th, आई थिंक सो ये होगा चैप्टर। तो कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी जो होता है ये also known as साइबर सिक्योरिटी और आईटी सिक्योरिटी भी उसको बोलते हैं। इट इज़ अ ब्रांच ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, आईटी का एक ब्रांच है जो कि इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी के नाम से जाना जाता है और विच इज़ इंटेंडेड टू प्रोटेक्ट कंप्यूटर। जो इसका काम रहता है वो कंप्यूटर को प्रोटेक्ट करना रहता है। कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी, साइबर सिक्योरिटी और इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी सिक्योरिटी, आईटी सिक्योरिटी, ये सारे क्या है, इज द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ कंप्यूटर सिस्टम फ्रॉम द थेफ्ट और डैमेज टू देयर हार्डवेयर, सॉफ्टवेयर और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डाटा, एज वेल एज फ्रॉम द डिसरप्शन और मिसडायरेक्शन ऑफ द सर्विसेज दे प्रोवाइड। ठीक है। तो ये क्या होता है, ये हमारे जो कंप्यूटर सिस्टम को प्रोटेक्ट करने के काम आता है। जो उसमें थ्रेफ्ट देते हैं यानी कि उसके डाटा चोरी का धमकी देना, ये सब देना, ये सारे जो होते हैं ना, सिक्योरिटी सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करता है। ये सारे कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी, साइबर सिक्योरिटी और आईटी सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करता है। ठीक है। इंटरनेट सिक्योरिटी क्या होता है? इट इज़ अ ब्रांच ऑफ कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी स्पेसिफिकली रिलेटेड टू not on the internet, often involving browser security and the World Wide Web. ठीक है। Its objective is to establish rules and measures to use against attacks over the internet. Attacks होते हैं ना इंटरनेट पे, उनको प्रिवेंट करने के काम में आता है। उसके रूल्स और मेजर्स जो होते हैं उसके अगेंस्ट जो होता है, उसके अगेंस्ट जब आए तो वो अटैक को इसको रोकने के लिए इंटरनेट सिक्योरिटी होती है। द इंटरनेट रिप्रेजेंट्स एन इनसिक्योर channel for exchanging information which leads to a high risk of instruction or fraud such as phishing, online viruses, trojan worms and more. Many methods are used to protect the transfer of data, including encryption and from the ground up injuring. ठीक है। टाइप्स ऑफ अटैक्स। अटैक्स कितने टाइप के होते हैं? जैसे कि द साइबर अटैक इज एन एक्सप्लॉइटेशन ऑफ computer system and networks. It uses malicious code to alter computer code, logic, or data and lead to cybercrime such as information and identity theft. Attacks can be classified as the following categories, जैसे कि वेब अटैक्स होते हैं, वेब बेस्ड अटैक होते हैं, अटैक विच ऑकर ऑन अ वेबसाइट और वेब एप्लीकेशन। सम ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट वेब बेस्ड अटैक्स आर एज फॉलोज, लाइक इंजेक्शन अटैक्स होते हैं, डीएनएस स्पूफिंग होता है, सेशन हाईजैकिंग होती है, सेशन हाईजैकिंग होती है, फिशिंग होती है, ब्रूट फोर्स होती है, डेनियल ऑफ सर्विसेज होती है, और वो भी क्लासिफाइड है। डिक्शनरी अटैक्स, यूआरएल इंटरप्रेशन, फाइल इंक्लूजन अटैक और मैन इन द मिडिल अटैक। ठीक है। और एक सिस्टम बेस्ड भी अटैक होता है। तो धीरे एक एक करके जानते हैं क्या होता है ये सब। इंजेक्शन अटैक्स क्या होते हैं? इट इज द अटैक इन विच सम data will be injected into a web application to manipulate the application and fetch the required information। जैसे कि एसक्यूएल इंजेक्शन होता है, कोड इंजेक्शन होता है, लॉग इंजेक्शन, एक्सएमएल इंजेक्शन। ऐसा इंजेक्शन टाइप का कुछ डाटा होता है, वो इजेक्ट किया जाता है एसक्यूएल वाला, एसक्यूएल वगैरह में या एक्सएमएल वगैरह में। तो उसका कुछ वेब एप्लीकेशन को मैनिपुलेट और फिंच करने के लिए इंफॉर्मेशन, इसके लिए यूज होता है वो इंजेक्शन अटैक्स। डीएनएस स्पूफिंग क्या होता है? डीएनएस स्पूफिंग इज अ टाइप ऑफ कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी हैकिंग whereby a data is introduced into a DNS resolver cache, causing the name server to return an incorrect IP address, diverting traffic to the attacker's computers or any other computer. The DNS spoofing attacks can go on for a long period of time without being detected and can cause serious security issues। ठीक है। सेशन हाईजैकिंग क्या होता है? इट इज अ सिक्योरिटी अटैक ऑन ए यूजर सेशन ओवर अ प्रोटेक्टेड नेटवर्क। प्रोटेक्टेड नेटवर्क में ही अटैक हो जाता है। वेब एप्लीकेशन जो होता है वो क्रिएट करता है कुकीज टू स्टोर द state and user sessions by stealing the cookies. An attack can have access to all of the user data। तो कुकीज के रूप में भी अटैक हो जाता है। जो सेव्ड कुकीज रहती है ना, उसके थ्रू वो सारे डाटा को एक्सेस कर पाता है अटैकर। फिशिंग क्या होता है? फिशिंग इज a type of attack which attempts to steal sensitive information like user login credential and credit card numbers। ठीक है। It occurs when an attacker is masquerading as a trustworthy entity in electronic communication. जैसे कि ईमेल वगैरह करते हैं ना, उससे फिशिंग अटैक हो जाता है. ब्रूट फोर्स, इट इज टाइप ऑफ अटैक विच यूजेस अ ट्रायल एंड एरर मेथड. दिस अटैक जनरेट्स अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ guesses and validates them to obtain actual data like user password and personal identification number. This attack may be used by the criminal to crack encrypted data or by security analysts to test an organization नेटवर्क का सिक्योरिटी. ये एक तरह का गेसिंग पार्ट हो गया. जैसे कि यूजर नेम और पासवर्ड जो होता है ना, वो सारे वो लोग गेसेस करते हैं, वैलिडेट करते हैं, बार बार एक ही चीज यूज करते हैं ताकि तुक्का लग जाए. तुक्का तुक्का बोल सकते हैं इसको, ब्रूट फोर्स को. Denial of services, it is the attack which mean to make a server or network resources unavailable to the user. It accomplishes this by flooding the target with the traffic or sending it information that triggers a crash. It uses a single system as single internet connection to attack a server. It can be classified with the following. तो ये कैसे कैसे काफी जैसे वॉल्यूम बेस्ड अटैक्स होता है इसका, प्रोटोकॉल अटैक होता है, एप्लीकेशन लेयर अटैक होता है. तो वॉल्यूम बेस्ड अटैक में क्या होता है, इट्स गोल इज टू saturate the bandwidth of the attacked site and is measured in beat per second. Protocol attacks क्या होता है, it comes with the actual server resources and is measured in the packet. Application layer attacks क्या होता है, its goal is to crash the web server and is used to request a per second. Dictionary attacks क्या होता है, this type of attack store the list of commonly used password and validate them to get original password. यही वही सेम तुक्का वाली कहानी, तुक्का वाले यूज करते हैं ये सारे डिक्शनरी अटैक्स. URL interpretation is a type of attack where we can change the certain parts of a URL and one can make a web server to deliver web pages for which he is not authorized to browse. File inclusion attacks. It is a type of attack that allows an attacker to access unauthorized or essential files which is available on the web server or to execute malicious files on the web server by making use of the include functionality. Man in the middle attack. It is a type of attack that allows an attacker to intercept the connection between client and server and act as a bridge between them. Due to this, an attacker will be able to read, insert and modify the data in the intercepted connection. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्या है, सिस्टम बेस्ड अटैक होते हैं. जैसे कि कंप्यूटर हैकिंग हो गया, कंप्यूटर वायरस हो गया. ठीक है. तो हैकिंग कंप्यूटर हैकिंग पढ़ते क्या होता है. हैकिंग इज एन अटेम्प्ट टू एक्सप्लॉइट अ computer system or a private network inside a computer. It is the unauthorized access to or control over computer network security system for some illicit purposes, like viruses, key loggers, rule root key root rootkit spoofing attack, packet sniffer, packet sniffer, or Trojan horse and password cracking are several of the techniques for hacking. ठीक है. These are the attacks which are intended to compromise a computer or a computer network. Some of the important system-based attacks are as follows. तो कंप्यूटर वायरसेस क्या होता है, इट इज अ कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम और अ कोड दैट कैन replicate itself and spread from one computer system to another system. A computer virus has the capacity to corrupt or to delete data on your computer, and it can utilize an email program to spread the virus to other computer system. It is the worst case scenario. It can even delete everything on your hard disk. The purpose of it is to disrupt the operation of the computer of the program. Some examples of the computer viruses and stealed viruses like disk killer, stone viruses, Sunday, cascade, nuclear, what concept, etc. तो viruses जो होते हैं, viruses, a computer virus. A computer virus is a type of malicious software that, when executed, replicates itself by modifying other computers to get programs and inserting its own code. When this replication succeeds, the affected areas are then said to be the infected with a computer virus. ठीक है. It is a computer virus. तो कंप्यूटर वायरस जो होता है वो इज a malicious software program loaded into a user's computer without the user's knowledge and perform malicious actions to स्नेट, स्ट्रुक्सनेट हो गया, पेटिया हो गया, वानाक्राई हो गया, कोड क्रेड हो गया, मैनिशा हो गया, सैशर हो गया, जीसस मेडरूम, क्रिप्टोलॉकर एंड फ्लैशबैक आर सम ऑफ द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ वायरसेस। ईएल के क्लोनस वायरस जो होता है was the first self-replicating computer program to spread on a large scale. It was created by a 15-year-old rich scatterer in 1982. Rick जो होता है वो ट्रोल्ड्रेस ransomware family of a newly discovered viruses, ठीक है। नोट करने वाली बात क्या है, द फर्स्ट कंप्यूटर वायरस क्रीपर was a self-replicating program written in 1971 by Bob Thomas at VBN Technologies. The first boot sector PC virus is named Brain, which was identified in the year 1986. So the virus can be spread by opening an email attachment, clicking on an executable file, visiting an infected website, or viewing an infected website advertisement. It can also be spread through infected removal storage devices such as USB drives. Once the virus has infected the host, it has a capacity to corrupt or to delete the data on your computer, and it can utilize an email program to spread the virus to the other computer system. In the worst case scenario, it can ever delete everything on your hard disk. The purpose of it to disrupt the operation of the computer or the program, मेन काम वही रहता है वायरस का कि आपके कंप्यूटर का, या ये जब वो सिनेरियो हो सकता है कि आपका हार्डवेयर उड़ा दे या आपके कंप्यूटर को कंट्रोल कर ले वो, बस ये वो सिनेरियो होता है। और आपके हिसाब से वो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो होता है ना वो अपने हिसाब से चलाए। मतलब समझो कि आपका कंप्यूटर डेड हो गया अगर आपके कंप्यूटर में वायरस घुस गया तो। इफेक्ट ऑफ वायरस, देयर आर मेनी डिफरेंट इफेक्ट्स दैट viruses can have on your computer depending on the types of viruses. Some viruses can monitor what are you doing, slow down your computer's performance, destroy all data on your local disk, affect on computer networks, increase or decrease memory size, display different types of error messages, decrease partition size, alter PC setting, display arrays of annoying advertising, extend boot times, create more than one partition। तो मोर देन वन पार्टीशन कर देगा, ठीक है। कंप्यूटर वॉर्म क्या होता है? A computer worm is a malicious self-replicating software program malware which affects the functions of software and hardware programs. Stuxnet is the most famous computer worm. Before widespreading use of a network, computer wormware is spread through infected storage media such as floppy diskettes, which when mounted on a system would infect other storage devices connected to the victim system. USB drives are still a common vector for computer worms. Differences between worms and viruses, ठीक है। कंप्यूटर वर्म जो होता है वो a self-replicating program that is spread with no human intervention after they are started, ठीक है। In contrast, viruses are also self-replicating program but they usually require some actions on the part of the user to spread inadvertently to other programs or system, ठीक है। नोट करने वाली बात क्या है कि पेलोड जो होता है is a code designed in the form of a worm and for the purpose of expanding on a large scale than the worm। थर्ड क्या है? मालवेयर जो होता है वो शॉर्ट फॉर malicious software in any software used to disrupt computer operations, gather sensitive informations, or gain access to private computer system. It can appear in the form of executable code, scripts, active content, and other software. Example: virus, worm, Trojan horse, spyware, ransomware, rootkit, adware, keylogger, और etc. नेक्स्ट क्या है? Some primary system of malware attack are as follows, like old messages are displaying on the screen, some files are missing, सिस्टम रन स्लोअर, सिस्टम स्लो कर देता है, पीसी क्रैशेस हो सकता है, रीस्टार्ट अगेन एंड अगेन, ड्राइव्स आर नॉट एक्सेसिबल, एंटीवायरस सॉफ्टवेयर विल नॉट रन और इंस्टॉल, unexpected sound or music plays, the mouse pointer changes its graphic, system receives strange emails containing odd attachment or vices, PC start performing functions like opening or closing, Windows running program on its own. Trojan horses क्या होता है? It is a type of malware that present itself as a legitimate software. ठीक है, it may perform actions on a computer that is genuine but will install malware actions. Trojan horses or Trojan is any malware which misleads user of its true intent. Trojans are usually spread by some form of social engineering. For example, where a user is stupid into executing an email attachment discussing to appear not suspicious. Example, a routine form to be filled in, or by clicking on some fake advertisement on social media or everywhere or anywhere else. ठीक है, Trojan may allow an attacker to access users' personal information such as banking information, passwords, or personal identity. It can also delete a user's files or infect other devices connected to the network. Ransomware attacks are often carried out using a Trojan. After it is activated, it can achieve any number of attacks on the host, from irritating the user, popping up window, or changing the desktops to damaging the host, deleting, stealing, or activating and spreading other malware such as viruses. So they are also known as to create backdoors to give malicious users access to the system. Unlike computer viruses, worms, Trojans do not attempt to inject themselves into the other files or otherwise propagate themselves. For example, Beast, Sub, 7 scissors, CS, Zero Access, Rootkit, etc. Ransomware क्या होता है? Ransomware is a type of malware program that infects and takes control of a system. It infects a computer with the intention of extorting money from its owner. Spyware. Spyware क्या होता है? Spyware is an unwanted software that infiltrates your computing devices, stealing your internet uses, data, and sensitive information. Spyware is classified as a type of malware designed to gain or access or damage your computer, often without your knowledge. Just like viruses, spyware can be installed when you open an email attachment containing the malicious software or through cookies. It can also be installed when you install another program that has a spyware installer attached to it. Spyware is software that is installed on a computer device without the end user's knowledge. It is stealing internet users' data and sensitive information such as username and password, activating the microphone or camera on a computer to record physical activity. For example, Cool Web Search, Spinfishers, Django, Slope Trojan, Keyloggers, etc. Adware. Adware is an unwanted software designed to display advertisement on the computer's screen to generate income. This type of ads cannot be removed easily. Adware or advertising supported software is a software that generates revenue for its developer by automatically generating online advertisement in the user interface of the software or on a screen presented to the user during the installation process. The software may generate two types of revenue. One is for the display of the advertisement and another one pay per click basis. If the user clicks on the advertisement, the software may implement advertisements in a variety of ways, including a static box display, a banner display, full screen video, pop-up ad, or in some other form. Keylogger. Keylogger क्या होता है? Keylogger is a type of malware that stores all keystrokes of a computer. It can record all sort of personal information such as user's name, password, credit card numbers, and personal documents such as emails and reports. Phishing क्या होता है? Phishing is a cyber attack that users to steal user data, including login credential, credit card numbers. They use email as a weapon and trick the email recipient into believing that the message received from the real company, such as banks, Amazon, etc., to harvest the receipt details. Email phishing, spear phishing, target special person organizations are technique of phishing. So phishing is the fraudulent attempt to obtain access credentials such as username, password, and credit card details by discussing oneself as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication, typically carried out by email, spoofing, or instant messaging. It is often direct users to enter personal information at a fake website which matches the look and feel of the legitimate site. Spoofing क्या होता है? It is also known as the masquerade. A spoofing attack is a situation in which one person or a program successfully represents oneself as another while falsifying data and thereby gaining an illegitimate legi- illegitimate advantage. ठीक है? Smurfing क्या होता है? It is a type of denial of service attack that relies on flooding a network with a large volume of traffic through the manipulation of IP addresses in that network. This type of attack can result in a high volume of access activity, which can overwhelm a server or a IT setup. Next क्या है? Farming. तो farming क्या होता है? Farming is a cyber attack intent to redirect a website traffic to another fake site. Farming can be conducted either by changing the host file on a victim's computer or by exploitations of a vulnerability in DNS server software. DNS servers are computers responsible for resolving internet names into their real IP addresses. User of online banking and e-commerce websites are more prone to this attack. ठीक है, rootkit क्या होता है? Rootkit is a secret computer program designed to provide continued access to a computer while actively hiding its presence. Rootkits are associated with the malware such as Trojan और viruses. और sources of attack क्या हो सकते हैं? जैसे कि most potent and vulnerable threat to computer users is virus attacks. A computer virus is a small software program that is spread from one computer to another and that interferes with computer operation. तो sources of cyber attack are as follows. जैसे कि डाउनलोडेबल प्रोग्राम हो सकता है, क्रैकेड सॉफ्टवेयर हो सकता है, ईमेल अटैचमेंट हो सकता है, बूटिंग फ्रॉम अननोन सीडी भी हो सकता है. Downloadable files are one of the best possible sources of virus. ठीक है? Any type of executable files like games, screensaver is one of the major sources. If you want to download programs from the internet, then it is necessary to scan every program before downloading them. The cracked software हो सकते हैं. These softwares are another source of viruses attacks such cracked forms of illegal files contain viruses and bugs that are difficult to detect as well as to remove. Hence, it is always a preferred option to download software from the appropriate source. Email attachment भी हो सकता है. These attachments are the most common source of viruses. You must handle email attachment with extreme care, especially if the email comes from an unknown sender. Booting from an unknown CD. When a computer system is not working, it is a good practice to remove the CD. If you do not remove the CD, it may start to boot automatically from the disk, which enhances the property of virus attacks. तो मेथड ऑफ प्रोवाइडिंग प्रोटेक्शन, तो चार मेथड होता है. ठीक है? जैसे सिस्टम एक्सेस कंट्रोल, डाटा एक्सेस कंट्रोल, सिस्टम सिक्योरिटी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और सिस्टम डिजाइन. सिस्टम एक्सेस कंट्रोल, it ensures that the unauthorized users do not get into the system by increasing authorized users to be security conscious. Data access, it monitors who can access the data and for what purpose. The system determines access rules based on the security levels of the people, the files, and the other objects in your system. It performs offline procedure that makes or breaks secure system. It takes advantage of basic hardware and software security characteristics. Components of कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी का कौन कौन से कंपोनेंट होते हैं? जैसे कि कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी जो होता है वो एसोसिएट विद मेनी कोर एरियाज से एसोसिएटेड होता है। तो बेसिक कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ कंप्यूटर सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम आर एज फॉलोज, जैसे कि कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, इंटीग्रिटी, ऑथेंटिकेशंस, एक्सेस कंट्रोल, नॉन रेपुडिएशन, अवेलेबिलिटी, प्राइवेसी, स्टेनोग्राफी और क्रिप्टोग्राफी। तो पहले कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी पढ़ते हैं क्या होता है। इट इंश्योर्स दैट द डाटा इज नॉट accessed by any unauthorized person. Integrity, it ensures that the information is not altered by any unauthorized person in such a way that it is not detected by authorized users. Authentication, verification of a login name and password is known as authentication. It ensures that the user are the person they claim to be. Access control ensures that the user access only those resources that they are allowed to access. Non-repudiation, it ensures that the organization or messages cannot deny that they are not sender of the messages. Availability, it ensures that the system not promptly and service is not denied to authorized users. Privacy क्या होता है? It ensures that individual has the right to use the information and allows another to use that information. Stenography क्या होता है? It is a art of hiding the existence of a message. It aids confidentiality and integrity of the data. Cryptography, it is the science of writing information in a hidden or a secret form, and in an ancient art. It protects the data during the transmission and also the data stored on the disk. Uh, some terms some terms commonly used in cryptography as follows, जैसे कि plain text होता है, cipher text, encryption होता है। तो plain text क्या होता है? is the original message that is an input. Cipher क्या होता है? is a bit or character by character transformation without regard to the meaning of the message. Cipher text क्या होता है? is a coded message or the encrypted data. Encryption क्या आता है? is the process of converting plain text to cipher text using an encryption algorithm. The scrabbling of a code is known as the encryption. Decryption क्या होता है? Is the reverse of encryption, is that converting cipher text to the plain text. Important terms कौन कौन से टर्म होते हैं? जैसे कंप्यूटर वायरस में कौन कौन से टर्म्स होते हैं? एंटीवायरस होता है, फायरवॉल होता है, ऑथराइजेशन होता है, ऑथेंटिकेशन होता है, हैकर होता है। हैकर का स्पेलिंग गलत होता है, तो हैकर HSC KER होता है, KER होता है। ठीक है, मैं लिख देता हूँ HSC KER। हैकर होता है, ज़ॉम्बी होता है, ब्रीच होता है, बोटनेट होता है, स्पैम, इंक्रिप्शन, सलामी टेक्नोलॉजी टेक्निक होता है, क्रैकिंग होता है, फिर डिजिटल सिग्नेचर, पासवर्ड, फायरवॉल, फाइल एक्सेस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, टर्म्स रिलेटेड टू सिक्योरिटी। और ये काफ़ी लंबा वीडियो जाएगा ये। और ये लास्ट है, प्रॉक्सी सर्वर लास्ट है। फिर उसके बाद इंटरनेट हमारा नेक्स्ट टॉपिक होगा। तो पढ़ते हैं यहाँ से। हम्म, कौन सा था? एंटीवायरस। ठीक है, कंप्यूटर वायरसेस। एंटीवायरस क्या होता है? Software is a program or a set of programs that are designed to prevent, search, or detect and remove software viruses and other malicious software like worms, Trojan, and adware. Antivirus software is used to scan the hard disks to remove the viruses from them. Some of the famous antiviruses available are McAfee, ठीक है, K7, Avast, Norton, Avira, Kaspersky, ABG, Symantec, Trend Micro, Quick Hill, etc. Firewall क्या होता है? is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on the predetermined security rule. It is a network security system which prevents from unauthorized attacks. It works on a monitoring and filtering. Authorization क्या होता है? is a function of specifying access rights to resources related to information security and computer security in general, and to access control in particular. More formally, to authorize is to define an access policy. Authentication ऑथेंटिकेशन क्या होता है? इट इज द एक्ट ऑफ कंफर्मिंग the truth of an attribute of a single piece of data or entity. It might involve confirming the identity of a person by validating their identity documents, verifying the validity of a website with a digital certificate, tracing the age of an artifact by carbon dating, or ensuring that a product is what its packaging and labeling claim to be. In other words, authorizations often involves verifying the validity of at least one form of identification. Hacker क्या होता है? A person who uses his or his or her expertise to gain access to the others to people computers to get information illegally or to damage is called the hacker. Zombie क्या होता है? Computer connected to the internet that has been compromised by a hacker. Computer viruses are the malicious program and can be used to perform malicious tasks of one shot or another under remote detection the direction. Breach क्या होता है? The moment a hacker successfully exploits vulnerability in a computer or device and gains access to its files and network. Boot or a botnet क्या होता है? The type of software applications or a script that perform tasks on command, allowing an attacker to take complete control remotely of an affected computer. A collection of these infected computers is known as the botnet and is controlled by the hacker or a bot herder. Bot herder. It is a set of networks connected computer that are used for malicious processes. Each computer is a botnet. In a botnet is called the bot. It is also known as the zombie. Spam क्या होता है? Is unwanted emails. In other words, we can call them as a unsolicited promotional mail होता है. Encryption क्या होता है? Is a method by which a plain text or any other type of data is converted from a readable form to an unencoded version that can only be decoded by another entity if they have access to the description key. Encryption is one of the most important methods for providing data security, especially for end-to-end protection of a data transmitted across the network. Salami technique, it diverts small amount of money from a large number of accounts maintained by the system. Cracking क्या होता है? It is the act of breaking into computers. Um, it is a popular growing subject on internet. Cracking tools are widely distributed on the internet. They include password crackers, trojans, viruses, and war dialers, etc. नोट करने वाली बात है कि साइबर क्रैकर जो होता है is a person called who uses a computer to cause harm to people or destroy critical system. The digital certificate. It is the attachment of an electronic message used for security purposes. The common use of a digital certificate is to verify that a user sending a message is who he or she claimed to be and to provide the receiver with the means to encode a reply. Digital signature जो होता है वो it is an electronic form of a signature होता है that can be used to authenticate the identity of the sender or a message or the signer of a document and also ensure that the original content of the message or document that has been sent is unchanged. Password क्या होता है? It is a secret word or a string of character used for user authentication to prove identity or approval to gain access to a resources. A password is typically somewhere between 4 to 16 characters, depending on how the computer system is set up. When a password is entered, the computer system is carefully not to display the characters on the display screen in case others might see it. Because there are two common modes of password as follows. जैसे कि वीक पासवर्ड होता है, एक स्ट्रॉन्ग पासवर्ड होता है. वीक पासवर्ड में क्या होता है? इजीली रिमेम्बर जस्ट लाइक अ नेम, बर्थ डेट्स, फोन नंबर एक्सेट्रा. स्ट्रॉन्ग पासवर्ड में होता है कि डिफिकल्ट टू ब्रेक एंड कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ अल्फाबेट्स एंड सिंबल्स. फायरवॉल क्या होता है? इट कैन आइदर बी सॉफ्टवेयर बेस्ड ऑन अ हार्डवेयर based and is used to help in keeping a network secure. Its primary objective is to control the incoming and outgoing network traffic by analyzing the data packets and determining whether it should be allowed through or not based on a predetermined rule set. A network's firewall builds a bridge between an internal network that is assumed to be secure and trusted and another network, usually an external network such as the internet, that is not assumed to be secure and trusted. Firewall also includes or works with a proxy server that makes the network request on behalf of workstation users. ठीक है. File access permission. Most current file system have method of assigning the permission or access rights to a specific user and group of users. The system control the ability of the users to view or make the changes to the context of the file system. File access जो होता है वो permission refers to privilege that allow a user to read, write, and execute a file. There are three specific file access permission as for read permission, write permission, execute permission. Terms related to security. AWS, AWS dropping the unauthorized real-time interception of a private communication such as phone call, instant messages is known as the AWS dropping. Masquerading, the attacker impersonates an authorized users and thereby gain a certain unauthorized privilege patches. It is a piece of software designed to fix problems with a computer program or its supporting data. This includes fixing security, vulnerabilities, and other bugs and improve the usability and performance. Note vendor created program modifications are called the patches. Logic bump. It is a piece of code intentionally inserted into a computer memory that will set off a malicious functions when specified conditions are met. They are also called the slack code and does not replicate itself. Application gateway. The application security mechanisms to specify applications such as file transfer protocol and telnet services proxy server. It can act as a firewall by responding to input packets in the manner of an application by blocking other packets. It hides the true network addresses and used to intercept all messages entering and leaving the network. The legal right to use software based on a specific restriction is granted via software license. Software piracy means copying of data or computer software without the owner permissions. ठीक है. That's it. Next internet पढ़ेंगे. Till then, like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. ठीक है. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye bye.